Welcome to the Aberdeen Progress Report, a monthly look at news, issues, and ideas concerning the Aberdeen area. Kaleidoscope Media, the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, and KSFY Television are joint producers of this broadcast. Your hosts are Steve Kaiser and Kim Lien.
Aberdeen Storybook land will be growing soon as a series of new rides gets funded and installed. We'll explore the expansion on our in-depth segment. One of Aberdeen's legendary coaches died last month. We'll note his passing on the review of the news. An Aberdonian is literally flying around the world as we broadcast our program. Meet him on our People You Should Know.
South Dakota's climate field specialist Laura Edwards joins us to predict weather outcomes ahead, and the Chamber's Emily Richard will be along to discuss the Chamber's Northern Plains Livestock Day and other topics. First, a look at last month's major news stories.
An Aberdeen and national legend died last month. Northern State University basketball coach Don Meyer fell victim to his long-term battle with cancer on May 18th.
Coach Meyer's legend grew to national notoriety when he became America's winningest college basketball coach ever while at NSU. Indiana's coach Bobby Knight had retired with a total of 902 victories before Meyer came to NSU, and Knight knew Coach Meyer was on his heels. In February 2009, Meyer piloted the NSU team to what became his 903rd victory, which made him, at the time, the man with the most wins ever as he passed up Knight. He retired a year later with a final win-loss record of 923 wins and 324 losses, which has subsequently been eclipsed. Meyer was honored nationally in 2009 as that year's winner of the Jimmy Valvano Award for Perseverance. He appeared at the ceremony in front of all of the nation's most gifted athletes of the year and a national television audience. He even proved himself to be quite a comic as well.
I'm just a small college coach from Northern State University in Aberdeen, South Dakota. That means when I leave the motel tomorrow morning at 4:15, I'll take all the soap, shampoo, and even the shower cap.
Kim and I were fortunate enough to have a progress report interview with Meyer on one of our shows.
My best thing in basketball is just to help coaches that are out there. So I get a lot of emails, and I'm an expert now because I'm not coaching, so I can reply. Free advice is worth what you pay for it.
Don Meyer died in Aberdeen on May 18th. His memorial service was May 24th at the Barnett Center. Meanwhile, a full-length feature movie on his life is entering pre-production following a 2.5-year effort to raise the financing. Brad Wilson of Higher Purpose Entertainment has indicated production will start in Nashville on July 14th of this year. It's expected that actor Casey Bond will appear in the movie. He attended Lipscomb University in Nashville while Meyer coached there. Bond is noted for having appeared in the Brad Pitt movie Moneyball and others.
Voter registration has now shifted in Brown County from a majority being Democrats to a majority being Republicans. Brown County had been a solid Democratic county for many years previously. The numbers are close right now, but there are currently 9,346 registered Republicans compared to 9,314 registered Democrats. Political insiders say the change may be the result of the sagging national popularity of President Obama and the Democratic Party in general. But in South Dakota, we have no Democrats in office for major positions except for that of Senator Tim Johnson. All state government offices are controlled by the Republicans, from the governorship and all other constitutional offices. And both houses of the state legislature have 2/3 majorities for Republicans. Political scientists feel that such a situation takes away from the idea of an opposition party always watching the other's activities and its spending habits.
North Roosevelt Street is getting a makeover this summer. From 8th Avenue North to Fairgrounds Road, the street will be completely reconstructed. When finished, it will have 3 lanes and a widened sidewalk/bike path. During construction, the road will be closed to through traffic. Residents will have access by a temporary road, but all other traffic is advised to find alternative routes. The project will be done in 2 phases. Phase 1 will be from Ashwood Drive to Fairgrounds Road, and Phase 2 will be from Ashwood Drive to 8th Avenue North. The city hopes to have the project completed by the end of October.
Last month, a driver of a semi-truck and trailer had a medical emergency and crashed into the signal light at 6th Avenue and 1st Street. When the city crews removed the damaged light pole, they found that one of the anchor bolts was bent. That means that the entire footing may need to be replaced if it cannot be repaired. It may take a few weeks for the city to finish the repairs and replacement of the light. For now, there's a temporary stop sign in place for drivers on 1st Street while 6th Avenue traffic does not yield. City officials have said that the cost of the replacement in a traffic accident situation is generally covered by the insurance company. The new Alexander Mitchell Library moves ahead again. Earlier this week, the City Council voted 6-3 to seek architectural proposals. Some City Council members talked about wanting to set a price limit, but the motion moved forward without any limit being set. There was more discussion about renovating the old facility and about limiting the costs of the new project.
Most of us would agree that Wiley Park Storybook Land is one of the community's and the region's stellar entertainment attractions. On tonight's in-depth feature, we will note the plans that are ahead for the facility and the added attraction it will hold, especially for the youth of the area and beyond. Steve has the details.
This is one stellar attraction. Aberdeen Storybook Land is not only great for the local people in the area, it's also a major stop for tourists visiting the Dakotas. And what makes it fun? Here's what 3 of the real experts told us.
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay, why do you like it?
Because there's rides.
Okay, the rides. And what would you think to the idea of them putting in a roller coaster over here?
I think it'd be awesome.
It's fun, exciting, colorful, and I like the new area over there, the air conditioning.
I guess we kind of grew up around this area. We went here when we were bored in the summer and stuff, and we still do. So when I was a little kid, I guess this was like my place to like imagine. I love the castle. I've always dreamed of getting married in there, so.
The Aberdeen Parks and Rec Board, along with members of Aberdeen Sertoma Club, have developed a continuing expansion plan for Storybook Land. Sertoma helped get Storybook Land started in 1974. Over the past 10 years, they've been using a planning firm, International Theme Park Services Incorporated, for planning the expansion of the attractions at Storybook Land. And it has been regularly updated, most recently at the end of last year. Sertoma Club member Bob Grumman talks about the study.
Actually, Steve, we have 3 rides now. It's the carousel, the balloon ride, and the train. And we want to find ways to increase revenue, which goes to grow the park and maintain things. And so we hired a consulting firm to do another 10-year study of Storybook Land and things that we could do, and several rides came up during the review, and so we decided that the family roller coaster ride would be a real good fit. So we done a lot of research on it, discovered that it's going to cost about $400,000. And it's a lot of money, but it should be within reach, you know, with the community support.
So one of the first things that they're working on at the moment is bringing in additional rides. One person in Aberdeen most at the heart of improvement and maintenance at Storybook Land is Aberdeen Parks and Recreation Director Doug Johnson. He explains the why to the progress report of increasing the attractions, of which the first will cost in the neighborhood of $500,000.
Well, you know, rides are certainly exciting for those that visit Storybook Land, Land of Oz, and so really looking at several factors, one being enhancing or improving the guest experience in the park, and then also they are a source of revenue for the park, and we have a very good situation where any net profits from the rides go back into park improvements, park development, so adding more rides should generate additional income that'll help support the park, not only the maintenance of the park, but also the ongoing improvements to the park.
The first new ride to be installed will be this family gravity coaster. The ride will be about 260 feet long with 6 cars carried on steel tracks. It likely will be built by an Italian firm based in northern Italy. The manufacturer is Zamperla Incorporated, which does have a sales office in New Jersey. It will be installed just northeast of the Storybook Land Castle, between the petting zoo and Humpty Dumpty. It can carry 12 people at a time. Fundraising is now underway to get about $400,000 needed for purchase and installation. The City of Aberdeen has not committed any funding yet. It will be up to the funders to make a decision on whether any city funding is needed. All involved are hoping to construct the new coaster early next summer. Coming up with additional funds is one of the goals of the Sertomans. Grumman says he doesn't anticipate problems, but notes it's a lot of work.
First of all, the gravity coaster ride, we hope to have enough money so we can order that this fall, about the time the park closes. And then we'll hopefully have all the equipment here and constructed early in the spring and have it ready for use when the park opens the next spring, 2015.
Well, the master plan that was just completed, we had a company from Cincinnati, Ohio that did that master plan, International Theme Park Services. You know, they looked at the size of our park and, you know, how they could lay out some additional rides. And actually the master plan includes 8 additional rides that we will phase in over time. And top priority was to get the family gravity coaster in, and then maybe looking at a Ferris wheel, a frog hopper ride. There's a variety of different rides, and they'll be spread throughout the park. So those are going to be really key to us in terms of keeping visitors coming back, keeping it exciting as they visit from year to year.
There are currently opportunities for gifting the community by helping fund the coaster. You can sponsor coaster cars, seats, steel track, or a square-foot block. Visit the park's website to contribute, or talk with any member of the Aberdeen Sertoma Club. The Parks Department has a fundraising brochure available to help support the family gravity coaster purchase.
Coming up on the Progress Report, meet an Aberdonian who just may go into worldwide history books. Stay tuned.
It's tough finding a career. So many spend time jumping from one unfulfilling job to the next. But you have a chance to change that because Wyndham Hotel Group, the world's largest hotel company, is hiring right here in Aberdeen. Our inbound call center and worldwide reservation headquarters offers a professional, fun work environment with amazing benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, and more. Take charge of your career by calling 605-229-8080 or visiting wyndhamjobs.com.
When you're looking for a great selection, Har's has the cars.
For fantastic savings on exactly what you want, Har Motors excited to announce the Bargain Center right on our lot. With over 30 vehicles and most of them under $10,000, there's something for everyone. Har Motors offers 0 down and financing. You can't beat the Bargain Center at Har Motors.
Har Motors, Har's has the cars.
Your home is warm, comfortable, and welcoming. When your friends linger more leisurely, your family gathers more joyously, and your spare time is spent in pure relaxation. Since 1945, Malchow's quality and style, combined with our decades of experience, have helped you fill your house with dynamic new furnishings. We make it easy with design ideas. Our creative staff will come to your home with a free, no-hassle consultation that's sure to meet your needs. Malchow's, the look you love to come home to.
A part of tonight's People You Should Know segment is still in progress as we introduce you to one of the very dedicated area pilot who wants to become the youngest to fly around the world. Kim has the details.
Meet Matt Guthmiller. He is currently attempting to be the youngest pilot ever to fly solo around the world. He left from California late last week, made a stop here in Aberdeen, and will travel more than 26,000 miles in about 5 weeks. Some of his stopover points will be New York City, St. John's, Newfoundland, London, Rome, Cairo, Bangkok, and Honolulu. In all, he will be making 25 stops in over 14 different countries. He will return to Aberdeen at the end of his trip. Guthmiller is also using the flight as a fundraising mission for Code.org. The organization provides schools and students with access to computer science classes. Guthmiller believes that access to computer science is a powerful tool for enabling people's dreams. He hopes to continue to fly as a hobby and to keep training so he can fly bigger and faster planes in the future. He told us his favorite thing about flying.
I really like just the sense of freedom that it gives you, as you're just kind of flying around through the air, kind of go wherever you want, or, be in some faraway city in a couple hours or something like that. It's just, it's really freeing and exciting and fun.
Guthmiller also just finished up his freshman year at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where he's studying electrical engineering and computer science. He has already created a company for unlocking iPhones and sold his software to a larger company. He hopes to be the creator of the next Apple. He also enjoys spending time with his family and friends here in Aberdeen. Matt Guthmiller, one of the people you should know.
Next on the Progress Report, we'll talk about South Dakota's climate and its changes. Stay tuned.
One place for all your insurance needs? Of course. See State Farm Agent Linda Shop. Call or stop by today.
If you haven't heard, Aberdeen recently held a ribbon cutting for the finest hotel in the Hub City. Town Place Suites by Marriott is located adjacent to the Lakewood Mall. These gorgeous suites are extended stay facilities, but offer lodging from a night or two to special rates for weekly or monthly stays. Each and every unit comes with kitchen facilities, in addition to offering everything to please business travelers, families, or anyone who wants luxury accommodations at reasonable rates. Town Place Suites by Marriott, a block north of 6th Avenue, adjacent to the Lakewood Mall.
See what we can do. Because Healthcare Plus is a member-owned credit union, dividends are paid monthly back to the members, which is an added benefit, both in savings and in checking.
One thing you'll find about the credit union here is that the people, they want to serve you and they want to do a good job.
In fact, we've recommended Healthcare Plus to a number of people we know that have joined and now have accounts with them.
See what we can do at Healthcare Plus Federal Credit Union in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Climate has a great deal of control over our lives here. Farming accounts for over 40% of the direct income in our economy. And farm income is largely controlled by the amount of moisture that falls on our crops and the grazing areas. Here to discuss our climate and the likelihood of moisture for us in South Dakota's climate is climate field specialist Laura Edwards. She's stationed at the state's iGrow facility in downtown Aberdeen. Thanks, Laura, for joining us here on the Progress Report.
Right, it's a pleasure to be here.
So far this year, how are the growing conditions shaping up?
It's starting out a lot like last year with cool and wetter kind of conditions here. Although we had a couple great weeks in May where a lot of the corn and soybeans got planted in a hurry, and fortunately the last week in May turned very warm, 80s, 90s across much of the state, and so that allowed some of the crop to actually come up and grow a little faster than it had in the previous few weeks.
Laura, I know you do a good deal of charting of weather. Looking at the past kind of gives you an idea of what's going to happen in the future. What looks likely for the rest of this growing season beyond what you've just outlined?
At least for June, we're looking at a little wetter and a little cooler than average. So that's kind of getting back to what we saw in early May. And we're going to see that here for the next couple of weeks. That's what the forecast is looking like. For the rest of the growing season, say through September, there's been a lot of discussion about El Nino developing this year. And we see the early signs of that happening in the Pacific Ocean, which is where we look to for signals for that. And oftentimes in the summertime, that means a little cooler and a little wetter. So all these pieces are kind of coming together for those kinds of growing conditions for this season. The cooler and wetter conditions that come with El Nino are generally across the whole Corn Belt, not just us. We're kind of on the western edge of that. And it's not a totally reliable signal all the time, but it's kind of the best thing we have going for this season. And I think that would be good news for a lot of growers. I'm very optimistic that we'll get some great crops and some great yields out this year.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you expect if you go out beyond those quarters we just talked about.
Sure. So looking after the growing season, it kind of depends on this El Nino that's developing. It seems pretty likely it's gonna grow in importance and more impact here, but it's still kind of uncertain the timing, and that impact, what we might see here because of El Nino, could become more significant over the winter season. So, but that's a long ways off yet, and the climate models work best, say, in a month to a few months. So a lot can change here after the growing season for sure.
Laura, we hear a good deal about climate change, especially warming. Do you believe it's developing here, and how is that measured?
I do believe we're seeing some changes in climate here, and the warming that we're seeing in eastern South Dakota, especially in this area, is mostly in the winter season. We don't see warming across all the seasons, across all the seasons, but we see more of the warming in the winter and less in the summer. But along with that, we see a lot of changes in precipitation, and I know that a lot of farmers and growers know that already, kind of just from experience how it's been wetter. And we're seeing it about 15% wetter now than it was maybe 50 or 100 years ago. So we're seeing a wetter trend and a little warmer here in this area.
You've projected out for us how the climate's going to be. How will that impact the incomes of the farm area?
You know, I think to see the extended growing seasons that we see with the changing climate, that's one of the biggest positives, I think, for this area.
Laura Edwards, Climate Field Specialist for South Dakota, thanks for joining us on the Progress Report.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
Ahead on the Progress Report, the Chamber's Emily Richard will be along to discuss the Chamber's Northern Plains Livestock Day. Stay with us.
Why does Pearson Ford continue to offer this area's best prices? There's one big reason. Fleet pricing on new pickups means you can save big dollars. Ford will allow you to get volume pricing of an extra 2 to 10% off when you purchase brand new F-150 and 250 trucks. And Ford Technology continues to provide vehicles that are 20% more fuel efficient than they were back in 2005. Plus, get great assistance for your driving, listening, and navigating using the My Ford Touch system. See us today at Pearson Ford, located in the Auto Plaza in Aberdeen.
The Aberdeen Progress Report is sponsored by Celebration Entertainment, the industry leader since 1998. When we enter Kessler's, we come with certain expectations. We expect to be at the best store in Aberdeen, and we expect it because that's what they've always been. The store you enter today at Kessler's is born of tradition, whether we're talking about the freshest produce with a huge selection to pick from, or meats that are second to none anywhere in the nation. And prices that are always reasonable for the best quality you'll find in Aberdeen. Kessler's, there for you for over 70 years.
On our Chamber section tonight, we're talking about summer events going on with the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce. With us is Emily Richard, the Chamber's Director of Public Relations, Committees, and Programs. Welcome to the Progress Report, Emily. Can you tell us what's up next for the schedule?
Sure. We have Northern Plains Livestock Day coming up on Saturday, June 14th out at the Brown County Fairgrounds, and it's always a great event for us.
Well, tell us a little bit more about what kind of an event it is.
Sure, it's basically a livestock show. So our youth of our area, we have a kind of a wide range of people we attract from different areas of the eastern part of South Dakota. And they come, they show their goats, sheep, cattle, and it's just kind of a day for them to get a little experience in the show ring and also to earn some prize money.
If some kids or parents want to participate, how do they sign up?
Sure, they can stop on down and fill out a registration form at our office, 516 South Main here in Aberdeen. They can also go online. We have forms online at aberdeen-chamber.com.
Emily, can you tell us what other events the Chamber has coming up for the summer?
Sure, we just finished up with our golf tournament. It's an annual event that we do every summer. And we had 30 teams this year, so we had a great turnout and people had a lot of fun. We also, this past week, had the Governor's Workforce Summit in town, and about 150 people attended that, and that was a great event here for Aberdeen and for South Dakota. Now we move on to things like Northern Plains Livestock Day, and then we have our Consumer Ag Breakfast. Our Ag Committee does that at the fair in August, so we invite everyone to come out to that. And then just our chamber ambassadors are out a lot this summer. We have a lot of new businesses that are opening in Aberdeen. We have a lot of new people doing remodeling and different projects around town. And so we really want to celebrate that and get that word out as well.
If someone wants to participate in any of these events, how do they get more information?
They just need to contact us at the chamber. We do have a way to register for our events online now, which is new. So they can go to www.aberdenchamber.com and do that, or they can call our office or stop on in. We are open 8 to 5, and we'd love to just visit with people new to the community or people wanting to get more involved.
Emily, Richard, thanks for joining us on the Aberdeen Progress Report, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Business After Hours, a monthly mixer for business professionals in the community, will be held on Thursday, June 12th at the Wakeside Bar and Grill on Mina Lake. It will begin at 5:15 p.m. Food and drinks will be available. Please RSVP to the chamber. You do not need to be a chamber member to attend.
The Aberdeen Area Arts Council's annual Art in the Park event will be held Saturday, June 21st from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, June 22nd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Melgard Park. The two-day event features fine and folk art, entertainment, and a wide variety of food items.
Next on the Progress Report, we'll have some closing comments in a moment.
We all know what a great place Aberdeen is to live, but we need your help in spreading the word. Let relatives and friends know of the career opportunities that are available now. Job prospects are expanding greatly in our community. Major employers are now hiring with hundreds of openings. You can remind them that we also have a great city park system, superb arts and entertainment, and our educational opportunities are outstanding. The Aberdeen Development Corporation invites you to come write your story in Aberdeen.
It's tough finding a career. So many spend time jumping from one unfulfilling job to the next. But you have a chance to change that because Wyndham Hotel Group, the world's largest hotel company, is hiring right here in Aberdeen. Our inbound call center and worldwide reservation headquarters offers a professional, fun work environment with amazing benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, and more. Take charge of your career by calling 605-229-8080 or visiting wyndhamjobs.com.
Kim, this is the Storybook Land plan, and it's quite the plan. We're going to get many more rides at Storybook Land and make it an even greater attraction.
We sure are, and the Storybook Land is just a blessing and a treasure for families in Aberdeen, and I look forward to the future.
Yeah, it sure is. Well, if you and your family or friends don't catch the initial broadcast run of the Progress Report on KSFY TV, there are now 3 different ways to view it after its first airing. As always, you can go to the Midco Cable TV service on its video-on-demand capability. Just go to Video on Demand, free local content, and pick the Progress Report. It should start within about 10 seconds.
You can also see a recording of it on the web at any of these 4 websites, aberdeen-chamber.com, ksfy.com, or kaleidoscopemedia.net, or go to our site for the show, aberdeenprogressreport.com. On this site, we've also made the past shows of 2014 available, plus you can find us on YouTube by searching for the Aberdeen Progress Report.
Keep in mind also, every other month, the Chamber publishes our companion, the Aberdeen Progress magazine. All Chamber members should receive a free copy of the magazine that is filled with news and details about the Chamber and the community. The Aberdeen American News also delivers it to subscribers. If you didn't get one, stop on down to the Chamber office and pick up a copy.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Steve and I will see you next month on Saturday, July 5th, following KSFY's Late Evening News. Steve and I, our production crew, and our sponsors are very thankful for you joining us on the Aberdeen Progress Report TV show. Good night, everyone.
This has been the Aberdeen Progress Report. News, issues, and ideas concerning the Aberdeen area. The Aberdeen Progress Report is produced by Kaleidoscope Media, the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, and KSFY Television.